Hey everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am sneaking in today with an extra special YouTube hop. We are featuring the Hedgehog Hollow, where you can win one of two great prizes. To see what you can win, go down to the description box below and expand it, and you will see the prizes offered and all the different video creators participating in today's hops. You'll notice all the hops today have hedgehogs because we are sponsoring Hedgehog Hollow. I am using this clearly besotted Hugs stamp set that has two different hedgehogs on it, one facing front, one facing back. This stamp set was actually designed to be a spinner. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do some coloring today. So I thought it'd be really fun if I took some Post-it tape and created a whole bunch of masks and stamped a whole slew of backward-facing hedgehogs. So that way the center focus, my two forward-facing ones, Besties Forever and Ever, would make sense. So I pulled out my stamping platform because if you've watched a video of mine before, you know I can't stamp. I am a horrible stamper. And I created about five backward-facing hedgehog masks and the one forward-facing, and just started stamping. It's easy in the beginning because the stamps are clean. Yes, I made a mistake there. It's fine. Well, I correct it and solve it later. But it's easy using the masks in the beginning, but you'll see here I actually need to pull my tweezer out because I've stamped on my mask. There's a potential for me to get ink on my fingers, and then the potential for me getting that ink from my fingers onto a spot in the card I don't want it, highly raised. So I use my tweezers just to push the mask down, and I continue stamping across the entire card to create the effect I want. You'll notice I can just keep moving my masks I don't need a mask for every hedgehog. I can just keep moving them. And here is the final card all stamped out and me pulling up the beautiful magic that is masking. And I just adore how this came out. I just see a little hedgehogs with my two forward-facing ones. Now I've pulled out my Copics to color today, mainly because I knew I could quickly cover large amounts of space for all the backward-facing ones if I was using my hedgehogs. I was using my Copics. And I colored it in. I wanted the two hedgehogs to be two different shades of brown so they would really stand out and be individuals, but I wanted their whole effect to be in the same realm. So for this first guy, I used a collection, the E80 collection, to really get some nice values and depth with him. And for my other little friend, I pulled out the E70 collection, so there is a variation of value and color. Now you have until May 21st to get comments into each of the different video hops along the way to be eligible for the one of two prizes. So seriously, don't miss out on the opportunity to see a bunch of different creators create a whole slew of hedgehog fun and the opportunity to win a fun prize. Now that I've almost finished coloring up these hedgehogs, I originally thought, okay, I'll just grab some really light browns and color the whole thing brown. But then I realized if I colored all the hedgehogs facing backwards brown, my two stars of the show would actually get lost. So I actually just pulled out my warm grays and used a variation of color. I let the little hand be a W1 so that it would really pop out and you could see him holding his little friend in all the variations. And then from the bottom, hit my darkest colors and went throughout the whole thing, blending up in an ombre. Only after I started coloring it did I realize that most of my guys were literally lined up. Now, I don't know how I could have stamped it differently so it wasn't like a straight line going up with these little fellows. I could have, I guess, used more variation, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. Yeah, it happens sometimes. I was just literally trying to stamp it without smudging my fingers all over it. In hindsight, if I were to go back and do this again, I would definitely make sure to have more variations so that the pattern was really established. So my first hedgehog with his little hand sticking out, I wanted to be the lighter of the two. And then the darker of the two would be the one who's being held by his friend. Kind of how the variations of browns are different, I wanted the variations of gray to be different. And I just used different values of gray to make them stand out in a difference. This probably could have been done more eloquently if I used variations of colors. I actually had at one point contemplated like making them a rainbow, but I wanted really the two guys in browns to be your standout, so the gray really seemed like the best way to do this. Yes, I've sped this up super fast because I'm not doing anything special here with my coloring. I'm just creating an ombre effect where it's darkest on the bottom and lightest on the top. I did go back in with my W1 marker and get all their hands lighter at the end. And then I die cut the stamp and decided to use both of the original pieces, but let the frame be flat against my A2 card and let the focal feature be popped up with three-dimensional tape. So here I am laying down the frame of it, and I don't know how, but it ended up being slightly smaller than my A2 card, probably because I can't cut as in addition to can't stamp. Thanks for peeking in today. I really appreciate everybody who's joining us for this hop and enjoying all the different hedgehog fun. If you're new to my channel, let me know in the comments below. And thanks so much for stopping in. I hope you enjoy your hop, and until then, happy crafting.